one-on-ones are so important is because they are fundamental to building a relationship, right? They One-on-ones are the most powerful way to build social capital, and social capital is probably the most important thing to get things done, especially in a medium or large company. Um, and I think that the thing about one-on-ones is that, like, we'll talk about this concept of awkward one-on-ones in just a little bit, but I feel like when I joined Facebook, what happened is um, I would go around to basically all the relevant people on the team. So like pretty much every engineer on my immediate team, designer, PM, eng manager on adjacent teams, and have one-on-ones with all of them. And that was really powerful because, like Alex mentioned, like you want to have that kind of, if you think about trust, kind of like a bank account, like you want to deposit some trust or some social capital, such that later on, when things screw up, and things always get screwed up, right? Things always go wrong, then you can withdraw on that. And you already have this fundamental layer of understanding with these key people around you. And so this bullet point here about small talk welcome, and this is really important because when you're meeting someone for the first time, especially like those first maybe 1, 2, 3 one-on-ones, you do want to build that relationship outside of the immediate project you're working on. And so like things like, how they're feeling emotionally, or like, what they've been doing is super important. I think that the thing about relationships and one-on-ones is that they're a fundamentally human endeavor. There's no algorithm, there's no data to look at. You have to make a judgment call. And so I would say that, as you really deepen your relationship and you are working with someone for a very long time, you want to avoid some of the fluffy kind of like, okay, like tell me about something fun you did. I mean, it's probably worth still having that, but you really do want to spend a lot of your time talking about the more kind of deeper emotional stuff. But I do think like the small talk welcome is really applicable, especially for people who you're meeting for the first two or three one-on-ones. And like the ways you do that are, obviously like, okay, how are they doing? Like outside of work, general well-being. You want to show that you care about who they are, what they do outside of the project deadline that you have coming up. And a big part of this obviously is listen. You actually have to genuinely care, right? Like I think it's not that surprising if I say that the best managers for all of us have been people who actually care, right? And so you should be reciprocating that, or like modeling that behavior. You can't just do it for the sake of asking. You actually have to be interested and follow up on what they said. That's how you build that relationship.